Coming up, DART is expected to approve underground transportation, but it appears the city of Dallas will have the last say after all.
I'm very pleased that he's going away for 30 years.
A victim of the so-called poolside rapist talks about the man's punishment.
And time is running out for Salvadorans in North Texas who want asylum.
News 8 at 6 is next.
How Playboy's playmates are picked on Entertainment Tonight.
Last year at Mutual of New York, our life insurance in force grew to $67 billion. Our assets under management increased to $23.1 billion. And our revenues were up to $4.6 billion. A lot of dry numbers that add up to one remarkable fact. At 148 years of age, we're still growing. Mutual of New York. Money for life.
When Wet n Wild went and hired old Bubba Joe Franklin to build him a new attraction, he began with a rakish incline featuring 3 consecutive dips. Then he threw in a Texas-sized tube. And because Bubba loves to ride, but Bubba hates to ride alone, he added 3 of his closest Bubbas. Finally, he added water. What'd he call his hair-raising, high-speed triple-dip creation? The Bubba Tub, of course.
Come June 29th, leave Earth behind and step into the mysterious world of Soviet space. Sponsored in part by Channel 8 in the spirit of Texas. Working in the spirit of Texas, WFAA TV, News 8 presents Tracy Rowlett, Gloria Campos, Troy Dungan, and Dale Hansen. This is News 8 at 6.
Big sense of relief. There was applause, there was some tears, but I would say a general sense of relief that this guy's gone.
A victim comes forward to applaud the sentencing of a convicted Dallas County serial rapist. David Gribble will spend at least the next 30 years in Texas prisons.
Gribble pleaded guilty yesterday to 20 violent crimes, including rape and robbery. Today, his victims watched as a judge sent Gribble to prison for what amounts to 2 life sentences. Channel 8's Michael Hill reports.
I'm very pleased that he's going away for 30 years, and I don't have to worry about him for 30 years.
Elizabeth Eckstein shed the veil of secrecy and talked about the torture 31-year-old David Gribble inflicted on her last fall. First, in November, he said he had chased a prowler away from her window.
I fell for it. I think it's human nature that we trust somebody who's acting like a good Samaritan.
Then he reappeared in December, posing as property management, wanting Eckstein to identify the prowler. Gribble came in, and at gunpoint, he forced her to disrobe and then sexually assaulted her.
Never again for me. No good Samaritans for me ever again.
The convict's crime spree fit a pattern. Always posing as a man in need, unsuspecting women would help and then fall prey to what witnesses called a cold, methodical rapist and robber. 18 women testified. A few said they outsmarted Gribble and escaped his criminal grasp, but all feared for their lives. His mother called him a warm and caring son, always considerate. A prosecutor questioned how anyone of conscience could inflict such indignity on women. One said, it comes down to the fact that he's mean. Gribble's attorney asked the judge for mercy. His brother said, as far as the victims go, no amount of time David does will be enough. The judge sentenced Gribble to what amounts to 2 life terms to run separately, making him eligible for parole in 30 years.
So long, pal. No, I'm glad you're gone. He's not going to hurt anybody else, at least for 30 years. And what he did to me was horrible.
Gribble reportedly expressed shock after the hearing, hoping the judge would grant him leniency for surrendering and pleading guilty. He still faces charges in Denton and Tarrant counties. Meanwhile, some of his victims have taken or plan to take civil action against their apartment owners. Michael Hill, Channel 8 News.
Convicted killer Wesley Wayne Miller arrived at a halfway house in Tyler yesterday, but community opposition already has the state looking for a new place to put him. Miller will be freed after spending 6 months in a halfway house. He served 9.5 years for murdering Retha Stratton of Fort Worth. But the state parole board has prohibited Miller from returning to Tarrant County or any surrounding county. The state sent Miller to this halfway house in Tyler, but community residents say they don't want him in their neighborhood, and they're circulating a petition to force Miller out.
We have kids that run up and down and play on the street, and it's too easy for these criminals to walk right up the road. And then if one of our kids come up disappearing, we'll be just like that other lady out in South Tower. We won't know what happened.
It's sad because we have children here in this neighborhood, and children are playing. It's unsafe for our children.
A spokesman for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice says the agency knew Miller's placement would be controversial. David Young says the staff is investigating alternatives. The options are narrowing very quickly. We are out of halfway houses. We are reluctant to put Mr. Miller in a motel somewhere for public safety and rehabilitation concerns. Young says Miller may eventually be sent to an out-of-state halfway house.
Tonight in Dallas, a showdown between the City Council and DART. The issue, a subway under part of North Central Expressway. But Channel 8 News has learned of new developments which reveal the Dallas City Council, which voted against the subway, may now have the final word. Channel 8's Dave Evans joins us now from DART headquarters with more. Dave?
Well, Gloria, tonight after 6:30, the DART board will vote on whether it wants a subway under Central Expressway from Mockingbird to downtown. It's expected that DART will go ahead and vote for that subway, and as you mentioned, the Dallas City Council voted against the subway a couple of weeks ago. Until this afternoon, most folks involved in this issue have believed that it was DART that would finally be the last word on this issue. However, as you said, Channel 8 News learned today that city officials now say a closer look at the legal paperwork could stop DART and the subway.
DART contends it would have never gone back to a subway if digging a new drainage tunnel here had not gone so easily. That state project is ahead of schedule. So DART proposes going from trains in concrete boxes on each side of the highway to a subway at least 100 feet underground. But for 2 months now, city leaders have argued over who has the final say, DART or the Dallas City Council.
Well, the city attorney has advised me just a few minutes ago that in order to start construction, this would be a revision in the interlocal agreement, and it would require the city council's approval.
The city council has the final word on any construction that goes on city property.
Underneath Central Expressway?
And the city owns quite a bit of the property underneath Central Expressway. The state owns some of it, but the city also owns some.
And if the city council this fall says no to the subways, then
they could not begin construction.
DART says a subway under Central, similar to the Metro in the nation's capital, would be $28 million cheaper and could be built 3 years faster than the transit boxes. But the Dallas City Council does not believe those figures and 2 weeks ago voted against a subway. Now, DART will vote on which plan it prefers.
Well, our attorneys have reviewed the agreement, and they've determined we do not need or require city council approval to begin construction under North Central Expressway. However, there are lots of issues that we have to go to the city for approval on, such as condemnation, zoning for stations, and a lot of other different things. And so without the city's cooperation as a full partner in this plan, it would make this project take a lot longer to build and make it a lot more difficult for DART and the city as well.
So from that, it looks as if the attorneys for DART and attorneys for the city of Dallas do not agree on who is going to be the final word on this issue. It looks as if the Dallas City Council could land back in court, this time on whether there's going to be a subway under Central Expressway. We'll have more on this story for you tonight. A vote is expected after 6:30 tonight. We'll have more for you at 10 o'clock. I'm Dave Evans reporting live at DART headquarters.
Okay, Dave, thank you very much. And results of a long-awaited audit conducted by State Controller John Sharp are being leaked to the public. The audit is being prepared for the legislature's special session next month, and it suggests ways to generate more than $5 billion in state funds. According now to published reports, the Texas performance audit includes the merger of many state agencies, eliminating a net total of about 1,000 state jobs, charging higher fees for such items as driver's licenses and liquor permits, and increasing tuition at public colleges and universities. The savings and additional revenues reportedly amount to $5.3 billion. The state faces an estimated $4.6 billion deficit. Tomorrow, Controller Sharp will formally release the results of the 4-month audit to the public. Gloria?
Salvadoran refugees in the United States have until Sunday to apply for temporary protected status, but only a few have applied so far. Organizers want the deadline extended, and they protested today at the Immigration Naturalization Service in Arlington. Channel 8's Don Wall was there.
They are from El Salvador, and most of them came here illegally, trying to get away from their country's civil war. The Safe Haven Bill grants Salvadorans temporary protected status, allowing them to work in the United States. But the deadline to apply for that program is fast approaching, and fewer than 4,000 of the 30,000 to 50,000 Salvadorans in the Dallas-Fort Worth area have applied.
El Comité de Refugiados Salvadoreños CORES, tomando en cuenta la serie de abusos.
We call on all Salvadorans to register and take advantage of their legitimate right while there is still time.
Any Salvadoran who entered the country before September 19, 1990, and can prove it, qualifies for protected status.
¡Fuera Quintanilla! ¡Fuera Quintanilla! ¡Fuera Quintanilla! Y nos tomamos esta oficina.
Some Salvadoran organizers think officials at the Immigration Naturalization Service in Arlington make it difficult for Salvadorans to qualify. They directed their anger at Robert Quintanilla, who leads the Salvadoran Protection Project. Quintanilla defended himself to the protesters, and his boss backs him, saying that 91% of the people who've applied have won protected status.
We in immigration have been criticized for years for arresting people, putting them in jail, deporting them out of the country, and this kind of thing. This program doesn't do that. This program grants a benefit. And I fail to understand the attack on Mr. Quintanilla's integrity.
This is an emotional issue for these Salvadorans. Most have no visas and no legal residence in the United States. Without temporary protected status, they can't work, and they can be deported.
Many of the Salvadorans in our area live in Irving. Some have signed up for the protection. Others don't trust the U.S. government. They all know that as long as they feel they are in danger in El Salvador, they want to stay here in the United States. 6-year-old Javier will never have to go back. He was born here. He's an American citizen. Don Wald, Channel 8 News.
Coming up next, Dallas police borrow an idea from other high-crime cities. They've created a new police unit they hope will put crack houses out of business.
And budget woes in Fort Worth put the city pound out of business. Find out what that means for the city's homeless animals when we come back.
Buy your truck from your Toyota dealer now, and he'll hit your hot buttons. With great savings on rugged Toyota 2-buys, or bigger savings on the best-selling compact 4-buy in the country. Or check out Toyota's 4-door 4Runner. Plus, their special financing, dealer discounts, lease deals, and immediate delivery. Get to your Toyota dealer right now, and he'll hit your hot buttons.
In about an hour, you can get a desirable new look, a glowing look, an approachable look. In about an hour, get the one look that's right for you at iMaster's Optical Superstore with eyewear specialists to help and in-store labs, so even no-line bifocals and trifocals are ready in about an hour. For the look you've been looking for, in about an hour, get a better look at iMaster's. Buy one, get one free, or get $25 off a single pair.
At Payless Cashways, when you've got the color, we've got the perfect match. Introducing Valspar Paint and our new computer color matching system. Now the color you want is the color you'll get, time after time. Valspar quality since 1806. Computer technology today. When it comes to the color you're looking for, get the perfect match at Payless Cashways.
Through depression and prosperity, travail and celebration, Mutual of New York has provided its policyholders with 148 years of uninterrupted dividends and 54,057 nights of uninterrupted sleep. Mutual of New York. Money for life.
WFAA TV salutes radio station KWCS Bridgeport, a member of the Spirit of Texas Radio Network.
Dallas police today announced a new strategy in the war on drugs. It's an anti-drug unit called the SAFE Team. The unit will use city, state, and federal laws to crack down on crack houses and delinquent property owners. Channel 8's John Jones reports.
Dallas police say they serve more than 800 drug warrants a year at a cost of $500,000. Crime statistics show 10% of the city's violent crimes are committed in 1.5% of the city's geographic area, mostly near crack houses.
The police department will make repeated drug busts at a given location.
and the drug dealers are back in business.
Now police have announced a new strategy and unit to put drug dealers and delinquent property owners out of business. It's called Support Abatement Forfeiture Enforcement, or SAFE Team. Using city, state, and federal laws, police will warn landlords to clean up their property or have it seized. Beginning in August, 12 police officers and 2 city attorneys will use computers and inspections to identify problem areas.
There has been no coordinated effort with a real database and the legal assistance necessary to seize real property, that we've done it on a very limited basis.
SAFE Team's goals are to deny the criminal use of the property, get the owner's help in removing criminals, force the owner to comply with building codes by improving the property, and if the owner does not, remove or seize the blighted property.
The number one cause of neighborhood crime in my district happens to be crack houses, and therefore I consider this to be the number one strategy.
Similar programs are in place in Houston, Los Angeles, and Oakland, California, and are very successful. Dallas police predict their program will have great success because Texas law allows them to seize the property of felons. But despite the predicted success of the program, SAFE Team already faces a problem. The city attorney's office says there aren't enough people to handle the estimated 200 cases a year police will prepare.
We don't want to have that flood of cases narrowed down to a very small trickle. It will lose the impact in the community.
Police have already proved the strategy works, using city code, bricks, and mortar to shut down this drug house 2 months ago. They hope this house will be the first mile marker on a long road to reducing the city's drug and crime problems. John Jones, Channel 8 News.
In September, the Fort Worth Animal Shelter will close its doors. As Channel 8's Karen Kelly tells us tonight, the duties of the lost and found for city pets will then be taken over by the Humane Society.
The Fort Worth City Pound is 40 years old and looks it. Run down, some say not very clean, and too small to shelter the almost 20,000 strays that end up here each year. So Fort Worth City Council members decided to shut it down and send all animals to the Humane Society kennel on Lancaster.
It'll be a much cleaner sanitary situation so that they'll have a better chance to get adopted out if they're not found, if they're not picked up by their owner, that sort of thing.
A lean city budget prompted the city to drop plans to build a new animal shelter and instead sign a contract to use the Humane Society facility at a rate of $3 per day for each animal. When searching for lost pets, owners will benefit because the Humane Society is open every day. And it holds stray animals for 4 days instead of 3 before destroying them. But a medical research facility is a big loser.
The dog heart functions just exactly like the human heart does.
Dr. Carl Jones at the Texas College of Osteopathic Medicine performs cardiovascular research on strays from the city pound. Now TCOM will lose those animals because the Humane Society won't sell animals for research. Instead of paying $45 for an animal, TCOM will have to go out of state and pay hundreds per animal, raising the cost of medical research.
There's no doubt that we treat animals humanely, so given that, and given the fact that 50,000 animals are destroyed needlessly in this city, is a tremendous burden and a ridiculous expense to have to pay hundreds of dollars for them.
City dog catchers will still patrol for strays, but beginning September 1st, all animals on the loose will go to one location, the Humane Society. Karen Kelly, Channel 8 News, Fort Worth.
Hot again today, huh?
Yeah, and tomorrow. We've established the next couple of days are going to be hot, but what about the 5-day outlook? Do you think there'll be any relief? I know the answer, and I'll be back.
Pump Cash Go! Chevron's new scratch game means nearly 1 million gasoline prizes. Wow! Thousands in cash. Yeah! And family trips to Disney World. Yeah! Over $2 million in prizes. With Pump Cash Go, just match 3 in a row. You can even win Hawaiian holidays. Really? All right! That should put some spring in your step. Chevron's Pump Cash Go. So many chances to win, you almost can't lose.
On the Willie Jenkins Tasteometer, I'm Willie. Steak fajitas rated 9+. They're way up there. Then came this new steak fajita melt. It's got spicy cheese melting all over. Ooh, onions, grilled sourdough. On the Willie Jenkins Tasteometer, broke the needle.
It's not just steak fajitas, it's the new steak fajita melt. At Jack in the Box, there's always something new.
Fasten your seatbelts.
Only Texas can bring you people like this.
This is my life. I love it. I eat it. I breathe it. I sleep it. I walk it. I talk it.
Wanting to drink again was never a big problem for me.
I haven't laid down and rolled over.
A look at Lone Star Legends in Texans. Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Channel 8.
Right down the street, there's a place where tellers aren't just automatic, where you get 6% just for checking, a smile without asking, and every customer leaves a little better off than when he or she came in. This place has a United Savings sign in front of it, $4 billion behind it, and a lot of new customers coming in the front door. We'd like you to be one of them. We're United Savings, when you're ready for financial maturity.
Well, to continue what I started before the break, no, there's not going to be any relief. Actually, the system that brought any cloud and shower activity to us at all is moving off toward the east, and after that, the rest of the week, we're going to see some summertime type weather, pretty much as we saw today, but maybe a little hotter. The 4D satellite pictures from last night, we still have a lot of cloud in the eastern part of the state, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, and points east. This is the case again today to a somewhat lesser degree. There is a bit of thundershower activity in the southeastern part of Oklahoma earlier, the southeastern part of Texas, much then of Arkansas and Louisiana. The next pattern coming up from the southwest is going to ride around us. As we look straight down at the other satellite view, a high-pressure ridge in the upper levels settling over us now, which is the case for much of summer, and that just pushes everything around. That's why we don't get much rain in the summer, and that'll be the case this week as well. This upper low-pressure system that's pushed rapidly down from the south, northeast, and stayed there for a week or so, continues to put thunderstorm activity around the Houston, Galveston, Beaumont, Port Arthur area, down almost to Victoria. Some thunder showers over west of Austin, kind of pushing up in the southeasterly winds off the Gulf at the surface west of the hill country now. That's beginning to lessen somewhat in intensity. And the temperature is at 93. We've dropped a degree since the last hour, but we still have a bit of humidity in the area, so it still feels quite warm. Those are the current readings for 6, and we are 93 at DFW with a temperature humidity index of an even 100, where it's been for the past couple of hours. Humidity is 47%. The barometer is falling, wind is south at 9. It didn't rain. Today's high was 95, low 72. Once again, very close to normal. That is a normal high. The normal low is 73, so we were 1 degree low this morning. That'll be about the only thing below normal for a while. The air quality readings today have gone back into the good range in both cities by EPA standards. The pollen count today from Dr. Edelglass and his staff, 1,328 grains per cubic meter, 1312 fungus, 16 grass. And now, what about the rest of the country? A frontal pattern that kind of turns into a weak low pressure trough as it comes back toward Texas and Oklahoma furnished the nucleus for thunderstorms in the southeast when accompanied by the instability with an upper low pressure trough that now puts most of its influence into the southeastern states. So by the time all the reports are in this evening, there will be a lot of heavy rainfall totals in Louisiana, Mississippi, parts of Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky. There is other rain shower activity in the northwest in response to the next system. That'll go north of us, as we indicated. Temperatures at 6. Well, it's 92 all the way up in Minneapolis this afternoon, 87 in Detroit. That's a warm afternoon there. And 100-degree reading in Boise, Idaho this afternoon, 104 in Phoenix. Tomorrow, we're going to see the trough of low pressure staying west of us, but with no moisture instability to help it. There will be no real thunderstorm threat from that. The activity will be mostly in Louisiana and eastward tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, the next systems are pushed across the northern tier of states. Remember, I said that upper high pushes everything around us, so look for more sunshine. Clear tonight, 75. Sunny tomorrow, about 98. Low 76. And after that, for the rest of the 5 days, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We're going to have to say about 100 on each one of those days, and it'll be sunny. And that's the weather.
What do you mean, no more Mr. Nice Guy?
Who said he was a nice guy?
Good question. Yes, that's right.
Thanks, Troy.
Coming up, the Dallas Mavericks prepare for tomorrow's draft.
Trade rumors continue to fly as the Mavericks try to rebuild and regain respect within the NBA. That's next in sports.
The Louisiana Iced Tea Appreciation Society.
I'll be forever a Louisiana iced tea drinker. It even says right here on the box, specially blended for iced tea.
Especially blended for iced tea, and iced tea is what we like, year-round.
I definitely switched from Lipton to Louisiana because it is specially blended for iced tea.
It's great iced tea.
One taste, and you'll join the Louisiana Iced Tea Appreciation Society, too. Louisiana, specially blended for iced tea.
The new 1992 Mercury Grand Marquis. More room than Oldsmobile 98 or Buick Park Avenue. More power than Olds and Buick from a new, more powerful V8 engine. And more value. Grand Marquis is priced $1,700 less than Olds 98. $2,100 less than Park Avenue. New Grand Marquis. Proof that more of a good thing is a very good thing.
Hey, I thought you and Diane were going to take off for the weekend.
We did.
But your car was here all weekend.
Well, we treated ourselves and rented a car from Avis.
Avis? I didn't think you guys could afford Avis.
Actually, you can. You'd be real surprised.
Avis in the Metroplex has 2 special rates this 4th of July. Rent a car like the Pontiac Grand Am for just $18.95 a day or just $137.50 a week.
Avis, huh?
Avis. You'll be surprised.
Avis features quality GM cars and unlimited mileage. Optional LDW $5.93 a day. Some restrictions apply.
Tonight.
I think it's possible for someone to care for more than one person at one time.
Absolutely not. It's impossible.
But what about you and the Benedetti twins?
Well, that was different. Double your pleasure. I didn't even know there were 2 of them. On Who's the Boss? I thought I was going out with one girl who never got tired. Then,
today's the day you grab that diploma.
Time to say goodbye to some very special friends. It's the series finale.
So long, genius.
Of Head of the Class.
You keep shuffling the cards, maybe you'll come up with a winner.
And maybe they'll reprint a program so we can keep up with these changes.
Right.
The Rangers start a 3-game series in Oakland tonight. Dean Palmer joins the ball club. 22 home runs at Oklahoma City. Now we find out if he's ready to play in the majors. And another pitching change. Goose Gossage goes on the disabled list. Wayne Rosenthal comes up to replace him. Rangers have used 20 different pitchers already this year. First day at Wimbledon after yesterday's rainout, and Martina Navratilova thought it was 1974 all over again. A first-round loser that year, and playing South Africa's Elna Reinik, she loses the first set 4-6, was down 4-3, and 30-love in the 8th game of the 3rd set, but pulled it out to win. Says she was lucky, but will play better the rest of the way. Incidentally, HBO has the rights to the tennis, and they don't want you to see any of it unless, of course, you're willing to pay for it. NBA draft tomorrow. This is getting to be fun. Usually, everybody seems to know who the picks will be and in what order. But this year is different. This we know. The Mavericks have the